In a fight against the biggest unknown ever, I think we have fared well. On a 0 to 10 scale, I would rate India at an above of 7. We actively preempted and not just prevented. That has been the gist of how we fought this war. And the world has been lauding us for our best practices. I think your audience is aware of where we stand and how bravely our government has fought on the ground. In a vast and diverse country like India, we have done exceedingly well. It was an extraordinary situation and the world was unprepared. However, Government of India responded by front-loading tough measures. The extraordinary decisions of the last 6 months, from clamping down on air travel to the national Janta curfew, on to initiating countrywide lockdowns, to bringing back lakhs of Indians stranded abroad. All these decisions stand out largely because no other big country affected by the virus took such drastic steps in anticipation of community transmission. Many scientists predicted doomsday for India, quoting our humongous population of 1.35 billion as well as our many limitations. But we have proved them all as miserably incorrect. We have overcome all the difficulties and set an example for the whole world. You have also asked me, where do we stand today?
That's right.
Well, we have many more challenges ahead of us as the numbers rise, as we evolve strategies. Medicines are under trial and vaccines are underway. The virus has changed all our bearings. It has changed the way we govern and the way we respond to exigencies. And I would say that we have learned well. No political leadership or policy maker is certain of what lies ahead. We are in an extremely critical phase even now, but we are far more confident and better placed compared to the rest of the world. We have done well, and our biggest advantage is the political will we have. With a Prime Minister as dedicated as Narendra Modi ji, leading and guiding us from the front. You have said it well. Our recoveries exceed our active cases. Our recovery rate is more than 56%. And our mortality rate is amongst the lowest in the world at about 3.18%. Our 42% active cases are also on road to recovery. So we are optimistic that our containment and mitigation strategies have paid off and shall continue to do so. In the pre-lockdown period, our doubling rate was just about 3 days, and the same is now more than 19 days. Our cluster containment strategy has focused on early detection of cases and containing the disease within a defined geographic area by early detection, breaking the chain of transmission and thus preventing its spread. The addition in positive cases that you are talking about is because of the aggressive testing strategies that we have recently effected. The testing protocol has been systematically tweaked to ensure that we catch the infection at a very early stage and prevent further infections. The net rise in number of positive cases has also stabilized. Look at the national figure. It stays more or less the same because in some states we have gone up and in others we are consistently going down. Therefore, the increase in positive cases has also reached a plateau. Situation will be like this for some more time before the epi curve starts to go down. I don't see any peak. If you carefully see the situation across the country, there is a steep increase in the number of reported cases due to aggressive measures launched more recently by the government to trace, track, and test, and of course treat. This increase is going to be more or less stable and at the same level if you take the country's cumulative figure also. As I have just explained, in some states it may be higher and in some states it may even be going down. So the net daily increase will be at a particular level. So that's not called peaking. It's different from the traditional sense of peaking and the definition of peaking. You see, a new potent virus has come into the world and we are fighting it very, very aggressively. It will take some time to disappear. On our part, we are not leaving any stones unturned. Our mortality is much lesser as compared to the rest of the world. Our growth is not exponential. It never was. Already treatment has begun. Convalescent plasma therapy and some new drugs are in the market. These are also leading to confidence building amongst the public. My personal calculation is that we may have to fight this disease aggressively for another 2 to 3 months only. My message to them is, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में है, देखना है जोर कितना बाजुए कातिल में है. The corona warriors are making immense sacrifices to defeat the enemy virus and save the nation. I am quoting this song from my school days. When we learnt about the immense sacrifices that our thousands of young warriors made to achieve independence. My corona warriors are no less than the young freedom fighters of the Indian independence movement. To be honest, sometimes I feel very pulled down in this war. When I hear of my corona warriors succumbing to the disease and that they are ill and their families are suffering, their sacrifice cannot be quantified. And as their captain, I want to walk each step with them. I want to share their problems in the cause of the nation that is supreme. I call upon them to continue in all earnestness as they are doing at present. For them to continue tirelessly, I call upon the nation to come forward and support them with love and respect, with words of encouragement
hasn't happened all the time.
And support for their families. Our government is doing its best to support all our corona warriors at this juncture. I seek your cooperation from the media to spread this message of love and respect for the corona warriors.